When you're looking to do something or unlearn something, you don't say, I need to unlearn, and then focus on the thing you want to unlearn. Because what you do in that state is you reiterate the behavior or the mindset that you want to stop doing. Because the brain doesn't actually work that way. Did you know that if you focus on the thing you want to stop doing and say to yourself, ooh, let me focus on stopping this thing. Every day you think about, how can I stop this thing? How can I stop doing this thing that I don't want to do? Do you know that those neural pathways or those patterns in your brain actually get reinforced? So you end up doing more of the thing that you say you want to stop doing. It's actually really funny. But here's the good news. Your brain actually already knows that that's how you unlearn. That's why when you want to unlearn not being able to drive, your brain says to you, I need to learn how to drive. So the big idea there is that you and I, when we unlearn anything at all, a deep pattern, a deep behavior, a mindset, a perspective, our biggest job needs to be, what do I need to learn? It's about time we start to shift our focus to what we need to learn. Because here's what that does. When you understand what you need to learn, you start to build those neural pathways. And here's the even better news. Your brain, that's how your brain learns. When your brain introduces a new neural pathway, it starts to prune, yes, break away the one that you're no longer using. I think that's really, really good news, because it means we can focus on building the habits that we want instead of going, oh, I'm still doing that thing that annoys me. I need to stop saying those words. Often you have a phrase or something that you say over and over again, and your friends keep saying, hey, you need to stop saying that thing. Every time use the word cool or whatever it is. And you say, oh, I did it again. Oh, I did it again. The thing is, how can you find something to replace that with? That's how learning actually works. That's how unlearning actually works. The more you use the new thing you want to build, or the more you build the skill that you want to build, the more you unlearn the other one. I'll give you a really quick example. Let's go back to the driving example. Think about how when you learn how to drive over constantly driving, sometimes in the depths of the CBD or town or a place that intimidates you, it's only through that experience that you unlearn not being able to drive. Think about how now, and this might apply to only some of us, but think about how now I could wake you up in the middle of the night, in the dark, and say, drive me to the hospital. And you'd be able to do that. Not because you focused on letting go, but because you focused on grabbing hold. It's such a simple idea, but it literally makes a difference between the people who actually unlearn and keep those new behaviors consistently and people who struggle, who keep going back to the thing that they want to unlearn, the thing they want to let go of, because their focus has always been on, what do I need to stop doing? Do I need to stop this habit? So how do I focus on that? Shift your perspective to what is it that I want to build. Let me give you another example, and then we'll break it down into easy steps that you can use on your unlearning journey, whatever it is. Now, the example of not drinking water as consistently as we would like is one of my favorites, because a friend of mine was saying, oh, I would love to drink water every single day, start my day off with a glass of water before I even grab my Java, before I grab my coffee. And that's a very common one that we want. And so the positioning that she gave it was, I need to unlearn drinking coffee first thing in the morning. My question to her then was, okay, now you know what you need to unlearn. What's the thing you need to learn that's going to replace? And this is really important. If you're distracted, lean in, because this is important. What's the thing you need to do that will replace that behavior in your brain? Because if you practice that behavior enough, literally, guys, I'm not kidding. This is structural neuroscience. Your brain will break those patterns and they won't even exist anymore, which is so cool. But it only starts with you consistently practicing the new thing, the new behavior, right? So in her case, it was, okay, maybe how do you learn how to drink water first thing in the morning? Not how do you unlearn starting with coffee in the morning? How do you learn starting with something else every single morning? Then she was able to build that habit so easily. She enjoyed it. And now she actually keeps it up because her focus shifted from unlearning to learning.